Hi, this is Victoria Violet, and I just wanted to film this beautiful chapel I found, and then it led to woods, which, I mean, come on, who wouldn't love? I don't get into the woods as much as I'd like to because I'm always working, and I just thought I would film New Hampshire, some of it, southern New Hampshire, before I leave back to Texas. And I just wanted you to see what I see. So this chapel literally belongs to a cemetery, and I'm going to disclose something, and I already know what everybody will be thinking, so I'll tell you a backstory of why I love cemeteries. Most people, for example, are afraid of cemeteries because they think of the morbid side of cemeteries. Ooh, it's spooky. Ooh, I don't want to see a spirit. Don't want to think of dying and death, right? That's what most people think when they think about cemeteries. And she must be ghoulish, or she must be one of those freaks that goth or something that likes to be in cemeteries, and that's just so weird. Why is she so weird? Okay, I'll buy that for a dime. But what about, have you ever thought of that cemeteries are quiet? There's nobody there. Well, none that you can see unless you're gifted, or unless they decide to gift you with their presence, right? So that's one thing. Secondly, I like to come here to think. When I have things to resolve within myself, I love this tree. Sidetracked. Look at this tree. Oh my God. And guys, ground yourselves with beautiful tree energy. I so needed this. Grateful. Be in the gratefulness, by the way. It's nice to tell people thank you. You tell people thank you when they pump your gas, or you pump your gas, or pay for something at a store. But when you're in gratefulness, that's so much deeper. But we'll get into that in another video. Back to the cemetery and why I like to be here. So you might think, how can you make decisions here? So weird of you, Victoria. Why would you want to go to a cemetery to make a decision? Well, can you see the headstones? Can you see the headstones? Because I can. Those headstones, to me, for me, represent people that have been here before me on earth. People that have come and gone. Yet they all end up in the same place, 6 feet under. At least their bones do, right? But they have other things in common. Whether they make good decisions in their lifetime or poor decisions in their lifetime, they all end up here in a place like this. So I come here to places like this to not only gaze upon their remains, right, where their little headstones are. Some of them are curious, some of them are beautiful, and some of them are amazing, like the one I'm walking up to right now. This must be a whole family. Trying really hard not to step on anybody's grave here. Look at that. Tell me that this doesn't give you a curiousness, right? Some kind of curiosity. I can't see any names. So they must either have wiped away or they're very old. Let me see. They're on this side. Jackson E. Greeley, Sarah J., Lucy A., Stephen D. Greeley, Moses T.D. Greeley, Charlotte P. Greeley, and another Joseph Greeley. This is a whole family cemetery plot right here. Okay? Think about the fact, trying to move back so that you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 just in this family, right? Just in this little area. 7 people that I can look at and gain some kind of wisdom from. And you may ask yourself, how? You're still wondering, how am I going to gain wisdom from these people? Well, I come here because it's quiet. I come here because it is a place that I can look down at all these at this graveyard and all of these plaques, right? That they put, because that's what these headstones are, plaques for these people in remembrance of them. It says Greeley Brothers in bolder letters right in front. You can't see it because of the moss. I guess I come here in hopes that I can breathe in the wisdom of those who have passed, that made good decisions, that made solid decisions that led them on their path to create something long-lasting for themselves and to obtain their type of greatness. And then I look around and I can sense those that maybe didn't make very good decisions, and maybe their life was cut short through their poor decisions. And I can think to myself, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make a decision that is a poor decision. So in essence, I'm coming here to a place like this to try to gain wisdom, to make the best decision that I can possibly make in order to catapult myself to the next level in life. Whatever that level is, whatever that decision is that I'm trying to make, that it's going to make an impact on my life. It's going to have long-lasting repercussions, good or bad. Good or bad. So I'm coming here to a place like this to breathe in whatever wisdom in spirit wants to lend to me. And I also try to take with me the fact, the knowledge that not everybody made good, sound decisions when they were still part of this world and not in spirit only. So that's what I come to cemeteries for, in case you're wondering. And right now, I'm about to travel again and restart or embark on a new journey. And I'm feeling some kind of way because I will be missing this beautiful country, part of the country that we have. This land is gorgeous, but sometimes the best decision you can make is the wisest one, the one that seems the more logical one. And sometimes that decision can be made for you and not necessarily something that you want to do. But when logic hits you in the face, when it's shaking your shoulders and telling you, hey, you've got to do what the greater good is for yourself, then that's the decision that you should make. It's not an easy one. I've grown to love New Hampshire, but sometimes it is the best one, and you just have to take what God is telling you to do, even if it's not the one that you chose. It may not be the decision that you choose for yourself, but sometimes the decisions that we choose for ourselves are not the best decisions. Sometimes the most obvious ones that are obvious for many reasons: economical, safety, betterment, abundance, fruitfulness, family, friends, whatever it is, your community, right? Your community, where you have built community. Sometimes you have to make the decisions concerning those variables, those topics right there, and not what your mind tells you you want. Because let's face it, our mind on a daily basis tells us we need to be supersized, and obviously to our waistlines we don't. I know it's a poor example, but what I'm trying to say is sometimes we make choices that are short-term gratification, and sometimes listening to wisdom, and those wisdoms from people that have passed especially, can bring you back to a steady, level mind, right? Steady, leveled mind, where you can think better and not think, I need that pink, Barbie pink Corvette. I need the house in the Hamptons. I need the guy in my life that looks like a stunning hunk. If you need those things, you might be empty. And when you get those things, you still may be empty. You know, Buddha said it's the middle ground. It's the middle ground. Think about that when you're trying to make really, really big decisions. I'm about to travel 2,000 miles to go back home. And this was a beautiful stopping point for me. This was a beautiful experience, because I didn't even know I was going to come up on this cemetery or that chapel and these beautiful woods. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's birds in the background. Oh, there's yellow finch that just flew up onto that tree right there. And this area is kind of like secluded, but yet it's not, because I don't know if you can hear the traffic from the cars off in the distance right here. This has been a beautiful gift to me, and I hope that it will have been a gift to you. If you're, whoever's listening to this, if you're trying to make a large, when I say large, I mean life-changing decision, and you don't know which way to go. Sometimes you don't go anywhere. Sometimes you look at your roots, like the roots of this tree. I'm looking at this tree, by the way, and I'm like, how the heck are all these roots not only exposed, right, but they're everywhere. They're going all over the place. Sometimes our life goes all over the place, and that's okay. Redirection, right? Redirecting your life, redirecting your road, your compass, your true north, and then get going again. And remember, even though this sounds horrible and nobody likes to hear this, whether you're going through a divorce, whether you have some kind of illness that you're going through that's temporary, you're trying to lose that weight. I'm on that bandwagon. I allowed myself to gain 20 pounds recently. Or you're just having to relocate, or maybe you have that sick parent that you're having to move to take care of, you know, so you're relocating for that, or a job, and maybe it's not what you want, but it will work out in the end, because the best choice is the obvious choice. And always know this: change is not forever. Whatever you're having to make a decision on right now, it's not forever. If you want to take care of your issues, business, problems, I hate to call them problems, situations, and then go back to where you originally were, if that is where you want to be, there's nothing that says you can't do that, right? There's nothing that says you cannot do that. But for right now, whatever's calling, whatever is imminent, and is forcing its hand upon you, sometimes we have no choice but to make those choices that are difficult but necessary. I hope I haven't been rambling. I'm feeling really positive for being out here in the woods, even if it's cemetery in Germany. I'm not kidding you. I lived in Heilbronn, for example, and the parks, some of the parks were cemeteries. So it was a place where you could go and visit your loved ones' remains, but it was also a place where children played. So sometimes the most beautiful gift comes in a form that you never expected. Like, I have driven past that chapel at least 5 different times, and I never had the time or made the time to stop, or for whatever reason, every time that I came back around the same way, I passed it up. So this has been a beautiful gift for me to have been able to stop. And I don't know, there's just something magical about woods, you know. I love the way the moss grows. It's just so beautiful. It rains so much here, and it's always so wet, and I love that too. And newsflash for those that did not know, these pine cones that you get to put on your Christmas tree during the winter, for the winter Yule for Christmas time, these are not painted. These come like that by nature. Isn't that gorgeous? They're already painted white for you, as if snow had fallen on them. They have frost. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Get out in nature while you're trying to make decisions. Somehow, some way, the answer will come to you, and you will feel invigorated at the same time, and you will feel renewed. I hope this helps someone out there that's trying to make a decision. Know that you are loved. You do have guidance from above. Ask and you will receive. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Right? Seek and you shall find. Love you guys. This is Victoria Violet, and I hope you enjoyed this little trail and conversation as much as I did. Bye.